Made Me Do It, where Southern folks tell funny stories about things their Southern mamas made them do. I'm Julia, and this is Dale Shores.
Hello, everybody.
Dale is from Winters, Texas, and he is an award-winning writer, producer, director, actor, and a stand-up comedian. And I'm a huge fan, and I am so honored that you're here today.
Oh, I'm so honored to be here. I'm a big fan of the channel.
Oh,
I feel like an honorary woman. I write Southern women, so I love your channel. So thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dale. Dale is known as the master of Texas comedy. He has written titles that I love, like Daddy's Dying, Who's Got the Will, Sordid Lives, and The Trials and Tribulations of the Trailer Trash Housewife. Love these things. You can find all of Dale's work on www.daleshores.com. So tell me, Dale, tell me a funny Mama Made Me Do It story.
You know, my mother was very, very, very controlling. I am sure a lot of you can understand and relate to that, being from the South. Very, very controlling. She controlled our household, and there were three boys. It was my dad, my brother, Dexton, and my real name is Delford. Delferd.
Delford. That's a good Southern name.
Can you imagine looking at a baby? Delford. That is the best I can do. This is my mother.
Look at her. She's beautiful.
Yeah,
Y'all,
my mother was a beautiful woman.
And I love her hair.
She was committed to that hair.
Well, honey, you'd have to be.
She kept it for about 20 years, because hairstyles just stand still in the South.
Oh, yeah, they don't progress.
Literally.
They literally stand still.
You go out and the wind blows, that hair stays. She would wrap that in toilet paper at night,
so
I remember.
She'd sleep in it.
Which I don't know how my brother and I were ever made, because it was not a sexy look.
It's not a sexy look.
But she loved this hairstyle so much that she had a wig made exactly like that. So she could get 2 weeks. She didn't have to go to the beauty shop, but every other week.
I love it.
And she'd take the wig with her.
That kind of hair takes work. That kind of hair's got its own zip code.
Yes, my mother was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And so since you said, what did your mother make you do?
Oh yeah, this is Mama Made You Do.
Well, she made me behave in church. All you had to do is this. That's all you needed.
You knew.
Or this. Like that, right?
And you knew.
I have this vivid memory of my mother not feeling well with her arthritis and making us rub her feet I know, a child's have to rub the feet, those gnarly feet, every single night with Jergens lotion.
Of course.
The good thing is, many times she was smart. She would have me do it while the Carol Burnett show was on.
Oh, that's smart.
So she got more time, and she would pit me and my brother and my dad against each other. Privately, she would tell us, "You're my favorite foot rubber. You are my favorite. You're the best. You do it the best. They don't do it as good as you." And then we found out years later, just like in Prince of Tides, she was telling us all the same thing.
Of course.
Just to manipulate
us
into...
She was running a spa. She was not fooling around.
As the years progressed and her arthritis got worse and worse, she did have some really big problems. And one thing that I knew, that every time that I talked to my mom, that if we ran out of any conversation, which was rare, I could ask her about her arthritis. One time I said, "Mother, how's your arthritis?" It was usually not good. The weather's bad, I'm aching and whatever. And she said, "Oh, honey, I have found a miracle cure for my arthritis." I said, "Oh, this is great. What?" And she said, "Emu oil."
Emu oil, y'all. Emu oil.
I said, "Emu oil?" "Yeah, little ostriches. She said, "They extract the oil." She said, "Do you remember my pharmacist? His name's Simi?" I said, "No." "Yes, you do." Did your mother do that?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. She'll reference people I met when I was 3 years old. You remember him? And he had the brown hair, and he lived in that house,
and you
the
go,
dog.
"No."
And I'm like, "No, I do not remember."
Yes,
that.
you do.
Yes, you do.
And then there's more description. "Yes, Mother, Simi." I don't remember him, but you just have to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
You finally have to just say, "Yes, I remember exactly who Simi is."
I remember Simi, yes. She said, "Well, Simi told me that he had something new for me because he knows about my arthritis, and so he gave me some." Well, he didn't give it to me. That stuff is high.
Oh, it's high.
It's real high. But honey, I put it on all my joints, and it is a miracle.
Wow.
But I went through that so fast, and honey, it is high. So I thought to myself, there are a bunch of emus running wild out on Highway 16. And I bet you that I can extract my own oil.
She did not extract her own emu
I'm
oil.
like, oh, this is going to be a good one. First of all, how did you get the emus? And how did you extract? She said, well, slow down. Said, do you remember Oscar? I said, Oscar, Oscar, my Mexican gardener. Remember? No, Mother. Yes, you do. Oscar, the Mexican. Oh, yes, Mother, the Mexican gardener. Yes. She said, well, I told Oscar. I said, Oscar, she said, all these crazy people got these emu farms out here in East Texas,
Right.
and they all went belly up. Nobody wanted that meat. Nobody wanted them eggs, and so they just let them loose out on Highway 16. So you go out there.
So Texas is just running wild with emus.
Running wild out on Highway 16. So I told Oscar, I said, I will give you $10 per emu if you'll go out there and get me an emu or two.
Right.
And he brought me back two. And I extracted that oil. I said, Mother, how
do you extract the oil
extract
from an
emu
emu?
oil? I don't know how to She said, oh, Delford, don't you remember when we used to butcher hogs out on the farm? And I said, no, Mother, I have blocked that out. There are certain things I don't care to remember.
Right.
So what she did is she got Oscar to get those emus, paid him $20 and plucked them, and she said, and then she said she cut off all the bruised meat so she could also make sausage after she extracted.
Oh no, she made
And
sausage after.
Mother, I said, don't you think that's kind of like roadkill? She said, no, roadkill is when you stumble upon it. It's not roadkill. It is not roadkill if you do it yourself.
That's an important differentiation, though.
All you have to do is cut off the bruised meat. She said she got these big vats and they put them in the yard and built a fire and chopped up the meat. And she said, Delford, that oil just rises right to the top. You just scrape it off, and I put up 18 jars of emu oil.
She did not.
It's just like cannon jelly.
Just like cannon jelly.
And I said, well, when you made the sausage, is it good? Is the meat good? She said, oh, no. You have to mix it with pork to make it good.
Well, you have to mix everything with pork to make it good.
So anyway, my dad was always on the extension when we were having conversations. But I sometimes forgot he was there because he never said anything. He was on the extension, and as she's, talking about this, he said, but Delford, that store-bought emu oil smells so much better than this that your mama extracted. I had to move in the other bedroom.
Oh,
my mother
goodness.
goes, but it sure cured my arthritis.
There you go, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, that she felt
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Bless her. I love that story. Thank you so much for sharing that
Oh,
story with me,
thank you.
Del.
I
really, really appreciate it.
I loved talking about her because, I think about that time where I hated rubbing her feet. I wish I had one more day to do that.
Don't you wish?
With some emu oil this
With some
time,
emu
not
oil.
Jergens.
I know. Wouldn't it be wonderful just to have one more day? One more
Watching
day to
Carol
rub her.
Burnett
Watch some
and-
Carol Burnett and rub those feet.
Yeah.
Oh, please send me your Mama Made Me Do It stories at southernwomen12@gmail.com, or you can private message me on our Facebook page, Southern Women Channel. Toodles!